Do you still think he blocked you?
He obviously did. He was online when I wrote him.
I got a rumor that someone from my fan base was attacking her. She can attest to the fact that I've tried to reach out to her.
Never directly tried to reach out to him.
That he could have done, and he has never done that.
Can you clear this? I did
But are
not
you
block
open
you.
to
Really? Please, somebody should make this make sense to me. How on earth will these guys leave the house after forming friendship for 90 days? And Whitemoney was not civil enough to say hi in an event? Come on. No way, come on. No, nobody should tell me. Nobody should tell me anything. When we look at the fake friendships that these guys in the Big Brother Shine Your Eye season actually had in the house. Like, guys, I don't know, but I don't know. Can anybody just help me make it make sense? Because for me, especially listening to the Queen and Whitemoney relationship, I felt really icky. I was like, what in God's name are these guys talking about? Like, what are you guys talking about? You fake friendship. So it means that all that friendship in the house was fake. I mean, of course. I mean, there's a lot to say. Anyways, in this video, I'm going to be telling you one of the reasons why people like me also decided to unfollow Whitemoney. Like, I literally decided to unfollow Whitemoney. I didn't mince my words when I said that. You heard me clearly. I decided to unfollow Whitemoney because away from this who block who gist, I feel like Whitemoney, yes, I think I was one of Whitemoney's biggest fan. I voted for him. I made videos about that. I think he was being very intentional and very strategic in the house, and I really liked him. But one of the things I don't like that I'm hearing from this housemates is just to see how this fame got into their heads. Like, it literally turns me off, and I think this is one of the reasons why it has completely turned me off from Whitemoney. Guys, I'm going to be talking about the latest episode of the Big Brother reunion, where we actually had a relationship fight between Nini and Ari get solved. And actually, we saw Yarins as the big boss, the big brother, and of course, the real tea conversation that happened between Whitemoney and Queen. If you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. Personality Highlights with Judy. In here, we talk about reality shows, and I give you my undiluted analysis about your favorites. I give you top-notch, factual, analytical concepts, theories, personality highlights on most of your BB reality superstars. If you're in for this constructive critique session, then thank you for stopping by. Please subscribe if you like things that I've just spoken about. Don't forget to turn on the post notification bell. Guys, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if whatever I'm saying makes sense. Even if it doesn't make sense, I'd appreciate that thumbs down. And you know what? In this video, I'm going to be ready for a lot of fights. Yes, I am keyboard ready. So if you want us to do some finger fist fighting, I'm ready. Bring it on. So I think one of the things I want to highlight in this video is just to talk about the hypocrisy that actually has been brewing around the Shine Your Eye housemates. I think this is literally one of the things that we really need to talk about, because it's quite appalling to hear these guys talk about friendships, relationships, and then, guys, the real truth, the reality is that all of these guys are literally enemies to themselves. I'm not even gonna lie. You guys that have been following the show, you already know the conversations that are going. Nini and Ari, like, are real-time haters before this reunion. I mean, the threesome we had in the house. I mean, you guys, Peace, Ari, Nini, Saga were always sharing a bed. How come these guys left the house and turned into enemies overnight? Somebody make it make sense. Explain if this fame is not getting into their head. And looking at the fact that it was actually Nini who actually kind of snubbed those two women, I'm like, okay, is this how it should be? And looking at how Ari was unable to talk about this thing, I was just waiting for a reunion. I'm like, now what for these people? God will help you people finally. But guys, I'm not gonna lie, the real one topic I want to talk about in this video is the conversation, the relationship that happened between Whitemoney and Queen. You guys know that I love to make analysis of a lot of relationships, especially when it comes to the Big Brother superstars, reality stars. You guys know that I love to share most of their relationship conversations, and I call it what it is. When I see the emotional blackmails, I always call people out, and in this video I'm calling out Whitemoney for being very fake, yes, with his friendship. I feel like, I mean, for God's sake, this guy spent like over 2 months in the house. How can you spend that much time in the house? How can you say that, I mean, you literally enjoy this person's company and you guys leave the house, you don't say hi when you go to events? Come on. come on. I mean, I literally shared this post on my Twitter, and people have been dragging me. They're like, hey, cry baby, cry baby. Some people have been calling me grandma, keep crying. And I'm like, come on. I think one of the things that a lot of Bbnaija fans really lack is low IQ. I mean, like, sorry. I mean, I think what they have is low IQ, because I really don't see why you bring in so much loyalty. You do so much blind loyalty to your favorites, but you actually don't see why they should reciprocate that loyalty to their friends. Because literally, guys, I'm not gonna lie, I was really, really pissed off, big time, hearing Queen say that. I mean, for God's sake, I shared this tweet on my Twitter post, and I was like, okay, so Whitemoney's handler could call Queen and apologize, but Whitemoney could not swallow his pride and fame and say, hi Queen, what's up? How did it happen? I'm sorry. What did I do? Okay, if I was the one that blocked you, please, can we just settle this? Like, why could Whitemoney not bring his shoulders down and talk to Queen? I know some of you would say, I mean, I literally made that post, and a lot of people came to my timeline. A lot of Whitemoney fans. I am also a Whitemoney fan. That is why this is really, really funny. Of course, I voted for Whitemoney to win the money because I felt like it was the most intentional. So a lot of people have been dragging me to old posts of Queen flirting with Cross, you know, and in fact, somebody shared this video, right? And when I shared about it, I was like, okay, yes, we understand the story, right? Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Queen is a saint. I'm not saying that this guy should have a relationship after the house. I'm only saying that Whitemoney is not real. And one of the reasons why I'm going to say Whitemoney is not real is, guys, let's just make this as an example. If this reality show was still airing and Whitemoney and Queen were fighting in the house, and maybe Queen was not talking to Whitemoney, there's no way you guys will tell me that Whitemoney will not have a family meeting on that conversation. There's no way you will tell me that Whitemoney will not call others and say, hey Queen, oh, she's not talking to me, what have I done? You know, so because he was not able to do that outside the house, that is why I feel like Whitemoney, just everything he did in the show was just plain strategy. He wasn't being himself. I just feel like he was just being camera conscious. Like every single thing. I mean, guys, I am going to unfollow Whitemoney. But the only thing I'm waiting for right now, I know some of you might say, oh my God, my unfollow button doesn't mean much. Yes, I know it doesn't mean much, but I really think that one of the reasons why this Big Brother fans really get toxic sometimes is because they see that energy from their favorites. They kind of don't get that vibe from their favorites, and when they don't get that vibe, they run with whatever vibe they want to run with. So I feel like this narrative is so bad and toxic. I mean, you guys, for example, I mean, if we look at the Leko and Erica, we know these guys are now cool. I mean, even when Leko and Erica wasn't cool, there was this vibe we're getting from Leko's fans that was really cool and legit. It was like cool vibe. But you know, literally, when we look at the Whitemoney vibe, of course I understand people, he's liked by plenty of people, but what I don't understand is why he cannot reciprocate that loyalty to Queen. I mean, Queen was literally Whitemoney's underdog agent in the house. Come on, let's just be realistic for once. I know you want your favorites to be like the saint in the whole thing, but we are humans. We're talking about other humans relating to this hero you're seeing. Like, guys, I'm not gonna lie, I think the only two Shine Your Eye housemates that I literally followed on social media was Whitemoney and Maria. And you know, one of the reasons why I actually followed these guys was like I saw that they had authentic personality. Like I saw them in a different light. I saw them like they were very, very intentional about applying their strategy in the game, even before I started seeing Perry. There's something called loyalty, and when you're supposed to be friends with somebody, that loyalty should be there. I mean, you guys, Whitemoney even said that Queen sent 100K to him, like I think 2 times. I mean, this guy literally won like 90 whooping million, guys. And this girl that has been close to you in the house, that vibed with you in the house, that probably wanted a relationship and you didn't want a relationship. I mean, the least you could do is just maintain friendship level with her, not ignore her. No, come on, that was just crappy. That was crappy, and it ticked me off in the highest levels. Like I just could not bring my head around why would Whitemoney even do that. Like that was just too low for me. I don't care what you guys say, but this is just my honest opinion, because I feel like, I mean, come on, if Whitemoney and Queen were in the Big Brother show, Whitemoney will call a family meeting. So why didn't he extend that his traits, that his likable personality, that his camera conscious personality outside the house? So it simply meant like that was just it for me. I felt like, okay, this guy was just faking it the whole time, because come on, somebody you spend 3 months with in the house, you're sending agents to go and talk to her. Come on. Eh? Ordinary NYSC friends that I made 3 weeks in the camp, I mean, they dare not call their PA to call me. I would not even take that call. So I just want us to be real, because I feel like one of the things that we do not really understand is that people are supposed to grow with you when you're growing. You know, when you get that limelight, you're supposed to, you feel like you've gotten to. And for me personally, I feel like Queen is that very loose cheek. She probably knows she is. I mean, maybe her eyes just got open when she left the house and probably saw clips of her doing nonsense in the house. I mean, you guys know that Boma had issues with Queen. Queen was all over Boma. Queen was all over Pere. Queen was all over Cross. Queen was all over Whitemoney. That was like some low standard for a babe, right? So I personally feel like Whitemoney being that guy, yes, even if they had had that quarrel outside the house, I felt like this reunion would have been the opportunity, the best time for Whitemoney to say, you know what, this is how I feel about you. Of course, he said that he got ticked off, that, you know, he's having this nasty conversation. Queen was having this nasty conversation with Cross. Yes, I understand where Whitemoney is coming from that, but what I don't understand is why Whitemoney did not really buttress that point very well. Why Whitemoney didn't make it sound like, okay, if it was a big deal, make it sound like a big deal, not act like you're all cool with her. And then I'm not gonna be surprised if this guy still leaves the show and they don't even end up talking. So guys, I don't know, but I don't know if I'm the only one watching this Big Brother show. Some people say I've been watching the back of my TV. Some people say I probably don't know what I'm seeing. I probably know. Some people, I might sound delusional saying these things that I'm saying, but I'm just saying, let's look at it in our own daily lives. Would you tolerate being friends with somebody for 2 months, you leave the house, and the person probably blocks you, or you block the person, and the person doesn't even, you see yourselves in occasions, and the person doesn't walk up to you to say, hi girl, what happened? Or guy, what happened? I mean, what's happening? I'm sorry if I offended you. Like, come on. There's some things I feel like they are very common things that should be done. And these guys, even if they are now superstars, shouldn't even, I mean, stop being or doing stuff like that. I mean, I literally feel like Queen, Whitemoney would have added value to Queen's life, you know, with his, you know, consistent coaching, like, you know, kind of advice or something. I feel like Whitemoney would have been a plus as a friend to somebody like Queen, who probably gets to lose her way. You know, Whitemoney has a way of sitting people down and advising them. So I personally felt hot. I don't know how Queen feels. I don't know if she's cool with it. Even if she sounds like she's cool with it, I'm personally not cool with it, because I'm like, Whitemoney should have been that big brother, because he has been sending the big brother vibes to Queen. So why didn't he live up to the big brother vibe till the very end? So anyways, I don't know, but the fake friendship is so hilarious. It's very hypocritical. I mean, thankfully, earrings came through for Nini and Ari, and they made up. And that smile from Ari, from Nini, actually made it look like, okay, yes, this guy's. And this goes a long way to tell you guys that, I mean, the things that the friends and family tell these guys gets into their head. If you're a future BBN intending housemate, please make sure you are able to understand what your narrative should be. Don't do things because of what you've heard or what you've seen. Still act on the feelings that you had in the house, because sometimes I feel like these things are over exaggerated outside, and then we spread like a different narrative out here. I don't know, but this is just my 2 cents onto the relationships. For me, I feel like the realest housemates that have been in this reunion so far, I'm not gonna lie, Gary still remains the very same person he came into the show with and he left to it. Beatrice, we actually saw Beatrice in all her shades, you know, in her range. She said, I don't want to talk to you, I don't want to be your friend anymore. With Buma, it was clear, clean. And I like that. Very professional, if you ask me. And then, you know, her getting emotional with Licorice was like, oh my God, Beatrice is so legit herself. She's authentically herself. You know, looking at another person that is authentically herself. I want to say Nini is still herself. Ari is still herself. Peace, we didn't really get to see Peace. It's just so unfortunate. Sammy was himself all through the show. I'm not going to lie. Jackie B was himself throughout. I'm just angry that Cross and Pere were not seen in this reunion like I would have loved them. Like, there are so many unanswered questions these guys need to come and answer, and they've been missing so far. I hope at least at the last episodes of this season, of this reunion, we're going to see them so that we could be able to put 2 and 2 together. But for me, I mean, the 2 realest housemates so far that I've seen in the show. Beatrice, Sammy, I think I love their vibes. And I'm not even gonna lie, yes, Angel came with a script, but she's still herself. We all know Angel is manipulative when it comes to emotional intelligence, emotional blackmail. She's a queen in that, and I'm not even judging her. I think I still like her. She's authentically herself. So guys, I don't know, but out of the reunion housemates, this Shiny housemates, who do you think has been keeping it real from day one till day finish? Yeah, what do you think about the Whitemoney and the Queen saga, friendship level or no friendship level? Who block who versus who unfollow who? I don't know, but I'm gonna be looking out to this, guys. I mean, if I don't see that connect, if I don't see Whitemoney taking up that big brother stand and just, you know, still acting like a friend to Queen, I'll be like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna hit on that unfollow button, because literally we saw Whitemoney give people a lot of advice in the house. You know, when Emmanuel was trying to flirt in the house, we saw Whitemoney say, no, stay with Licorose, or Licorose has fans outside. So we know he was strategic, right? When we look at it again, when Licorose and Emmanuel were like not even friends, and it was like, so you guys have got this level of not friends, and he is doing the same thing. So nobody should tell me nothing, man. I have a right to my opinion. Share your thoughts in the comment section. Guys, I'm going to see you all in another one. For now, thank you so much for your watch time. Ciao, ciao, guys.